Hi, this week I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to start a new playlist on my channel and it's going to be called Self-Sufficient. That's different than stocking up forever, but it is on that principle that you can make do with what you have at home and make sure you have plenty of what you have at home to make do. So this week I'm going to talk about substitutes and how you can make your own groceries at home. First though, last week I did my heirloom seeds, and I tried to germinate some seeds that I found that were 10 years old. Well, as you can see, my bushy cucumbers, they all germinated. And I have a tomato germinating. Now this is just 1 week, so I'll give them another week, but looks like some of them might be good. That was just an experiment I wanted to do. Now I got these books, oh gosh, in the 70s. Back when it was like we were all hippies and we were doing our own thing. But anyway, I do use some of the mixes from here. Some of my favorites, I'll show you how I make them, is my pork chop breading, my taco seasoning, my cocktail sauce, my tartar sauce, and my muesli cereal. I have a whole separate video on my muesli cereal. But these are some books that I've used. You can get most everything on the internet now. You wouldn't need the books. And this is a little easier for you to read. You can make your own vanilla. This kind of intrigued me because you use 2 vanilla beans and 3/4 of a cup of vodka. Who knew that? You combine those in a pint jar, set them aside for 3 to 4 weeks, and then use it as vanilla. When the level of vanilla drops below the vanilla bean, add more vodka. You can get 4 to 5 large bottles worth of vanilla out of 2 beans. Well, I didn't know that one. There's all kinds of mixes in there. This one tells you how to make your own baby food, your own sausage, many things. Also, when you make your own mix, some of them, there's a substitute for Bisquick, and I think you use shortening in that. That will only last so many months like that, because when you get it from the store, they add all these preservatives so it lasts longer. But this will tell you how to make it, how to use it, how to store it. Give it a try sometimes. I think you'd like it. Self-sufficient by making your own groceries. I'm going to show you some of my favorite recipes that I use for mixes. And see, they're on my... can you tell I laminated those pages? Yeah, I love laminating. Anyway, here's the pork chop breading. This came about when we were first married, and I tried shake and bake, and we loved it on pork chops. But then it went up in price. It was all the way up to 50 cents a meal. And that was way back in '70, so that was too much. And I will put all the ingredients and the amounts in my description. 4 tablespoons of cornmeal, 4 tablespoons of flour, 2 teaspoons of salt. I think that's this. They all look alike, kind of. 2 teaspoons of salt, 2 teaspoons of sage. This I got from my herb garden. 1 teaspoon onion powder. What is that? Oh, this is 1 teaspoon onion powder. Sorry, that was the salt. And this is 1 teaspoon paprika. Mix this together. And you have your pork chop breading. Now when I do my pork chops, I cook them about 425 for 45 minutes and flip them in a half an hour or check them with my meat thermometer. All set to go. Shake and bake that I've made. This is my taco seasoning. I ran out of the little bowls, so you're going to have to go with that. A tablespoon of chili powder. And in here I've combined a lot. There's a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper flakes, red pepper flakes, a 1/4 teaspoon of oregano, and a 1/2 teaspoon of paprika, and 1 teaspoon salt. So you mix this together, and you have what you need to make tacos. We don't use tartar sauce or cocktail sauce very often, so if I buy it, it sits in the fridge. So all I use to make my tartar sauce is some mayonnaise and sweet pickle relish. How much do you put in? I don't know, I like to see it in there. If you look at this, you'll see, yeah, that's going to be perfect. You can see the pickle relish. You want to be able to see the pickle relish. And I have tartar sauce. It tastes really good too. Now I'm going to make some cocktail sauce. And this too is easy. That's a half a cup of ketchup. In here I've put 2 tablespoons horseradish, a half a teaspoon Worcestershire. Oh, somebody told me how to say this and I've forgotten. Worcestershire sauce, a teaspoon of lemon juice, and a half a teaspoon of hot sauce. And I have a nice amount of cocktail sauce. Very easy. Now, these don't keep as long in your refrigerator as the stuff you buy because that's got all the preservatives and all the things in it. There. But I would think it would keep a couple weeks, so here we go. Very easy. Things I have on hand. Mixes you can make up in a very short amount of time. Shake and bake substitute, taco seasoning, tartar sauce, cocktail sauce. I also want to add that if I'm making about 4 pork chops, this isn't enough, so you can double and triple the recipe very easily. I have another little trick here I want to show you. I've never done this one before, but I tried it the other day, and it works. If you don't have brown sugar, you can use a half a cup of sugar, 1 tablespoon of molasses. Now I'm using a pure blackstrap molasses here. It originally calls for 2 tablespoons, but it picks up flavor as it's sitting there, so this was a little too strong. I always use dark brown sugar, but I'm going to use 1 tablespoon for this. And I am going to have to use my special tool to get that all out of there. There. And then you just mix it together, and you've got brown sugar. And it's good tasting brown sugar. There you go, another shortcut for you. I used 1 tablespoon, so that's more like a light brown sugar. When I use the 2 tablespoons, that's really dark and stronger. So I would stick with the 1 tablespoon and then you can add as you like. But it does pick up some flavor as it sits there. But there's another shortcut for you. And as I close, I always love to support kids. And one of my best friends has these 3 grandkids that live in Nebraska. And they've started their own little daily news report. And it's called, their channel is called Senior Moment. Now when you look at Senior Moment, you're going to get different videos maybe called Senior Moment, but these are 3 young people sitting at a table, and every day during the week they have a daily report for you. And it's only 2 or 3 minutes long, so you'll see Aiden, Melina, and Natalie. Aiden's a hoot. One day he had the joke, let me see if I can tell his joke correctly. Why is it so hot in the corner? Because it's 90 degrees. Ba-boom, boom. Well, see you next time. Give them a try. They'd love it. And they're homeschooled, and I'm not sure if this is part of their homeschooling project, but give them a try. I think you'll enjoy it. Bye-bye.